Buying or selling a home can feel overwhelming. Big decisions, emotional moments, and 1,000 little details. That's why you need more than just a real estate agent. You need someone who truly cares. Megan Marion is your real estate angel. She's not just there to unlock doors or push paperwork. She walks with you through the entire process with compassion, wisdom, and a servant's heart. Whether you're buying your first home or selling a place full of memories, Megan brings peace to the process. From big decisions to small details, she goes the extra mile because to her, this is never just a transaction, it's personal. Megan Marion, your real estate angel. Call 720-229-6674 or learn more at 670kltt.com/angel. That's 720-229-6674.
Welcome to Pinpoint, Colorado. I'm your host, Rachel Maines. This week we're featuring Danielle Scratch Kitchen in Castle Rock. It's a local restaurant that's known for its scratch-made menu, warm hospitality, and inviting atmosphere. Coming up, I'll sit down with restaurant co-owner Todd Walker for a behind-the-scenes look at what makes this restaurant so special. Let's go inside. Well, thank you, Todd, for letting me come down here. I love this restaurant. I've been here one time before, and it's just really unique.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. We're real proud of what we've done here. We're real proud of the food we serve and the way we serve it, and think that it's something very special for this little corner of Colorado.
And there's only one restaurant like this in the nation.
That's right. Right here.
What are some of the key things you're like, this really makes us stand out, makes us be unique?
Yeah. I think number one, we're a scratch kitchen, so everything we possibly can bring in fresh and bring in here. We bring in the best ingredients, the freshest ingredients, and our chefs do their magic to put that all together here to serve what we think is the best food around. And that's probably the number one thing is the quality of food. But if I were to say anything else, it's that we as a restaurant we really have two what we call rules in our restaurant. The first one is that we love people. We and not just our guests, but for sure our guests, but also each other. And we think that shows in our cooking. My business partner, who's our like food guru, always says he can tell if something's cooked with love or not. And you can taste the love
right.
in the food, and that's very Italian. So he's very Italian from Long Island, and so there's that spirit, I think, in the restaurant. We're gonna love people, and then our second rule as a restaurant is everybody has to try. So if we
right.
love people and we try, we think we create something really special
yeah.
Here for the folks down here in Castle Rock.
I love that. And Colorado's a unique state, and we're a foodie state.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to be here, I'm sure, as a restaurant owner and in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Describe your cuisine.
It's Italian-American, and so we call ourselves casual fine dining, but most of our food is real, like I said, the best ingredients and put together with over just years of putting it together, putting our menu together to kind of craft a menu that everyone loves, and that the food is, just even looking at our reviews, you can kind of see that the food really is what makes this place special.
Right.
It really is what makes, it's a restaurant, right?
Right,
so
right.
that's what you want. You want great
yeah.
food, and that's what we've really done over years of just not settling and just setting that high standard of food and the quality of our food and the taste of our food.
Yeah. Yeah, we love food. We're foodies here, and the atmosphere too. And what you created in terms of the atmosphere, I say, is unique as well. Soon the patio is going to be opening, which is great. And you were mentioning prior to us doing the interview that your patio is quite unique.
Yeah, it's a beautiful patio. It's one of the things that makes it unique is it's really hard to find a patio that's as big as ours, that isn't by a road, where it doesn't have traffic. It's just kind of got a beautiful, peaceful calm, especially in the spring and summer when it's so green out there. It's really beautiful, and just a wonderful place to eat and have drinks and spend time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to sit on a patio and have a nice glass of wine and some good food. So that's something to look forward to this summer for sure.
Right.
What's your favorite thing or couple items on the menu that are your favorites?
I think our southern fried chicken. We do this with a bourbon gravy sauce that is just absolutely fabulous. Our halibut right now is pretty good. and something that everyone will really love. I mean, our goal is to have wow food, and every one of our dishes should be a wow dish. Every one of our dishes, when you take that first bite, should make you go, oh wow,
Right.
that's really good. And so everything on our menu is fabulous. I really like our wild salmon. I think our salmon is just as good as it gets, and the way we plate it, cook it, and everything is just really, real good.
Well, being a scratch kitchen too, and having the vendors that are just perfect vendors, how did you guys go about searching your vendors?
A lot of time.
Yeah.
That's a great question, because that really is, part of the secret sauce is figuring out what because not every vendor has everything great.
Right.
And so you have to, find a bakery up in Denver that's gonna bake for us, and and some of it we do ourselves, but finding a bakery that will bake our ciabatta bread and make sure it's fresh and made just for us. Some of that kind of stuff, and finding the different venues with that may only have one or two ingredients that are right for us, but that we're just very particular about, having in-house to make our dishes.
Right. In Colorado, like we were saying and we were alluding to, is a foodie state. So I'm sure we have more options than a lot of states here, and we have good food. And people here care about the food. They care about having healthy food. Food source too is really important here.
Clean food, and so our food is clean. We're very good at gluten-free. It's something that we really specialize in. Way back, one of our early chefs had a celiac son, kind of put us on that path, and we've just kind of gone with it. And it's something that we really specialize in. We do almost everything on our menu we can do gluten-free. And so anybody out there that's gluten-free, we're a great option for them, because it's something that we know how to do and we do very well.
Yeah, that's very important here in Colorado. With the chefs, you alluded to that, but how do you pick your chef? I'm sure it's, of course, someone who knows how to cook very well, but what other aspects do you look for in a chef?
Well, we're again, it's a great question, because that's also the secret sauce of a restaurant, is to make sure you have the right chefs. And we're fortunate. We have a head chef that is pretty much homegrown. So he came here, started out on our grill, went to saute, became a sous chef, and then has been our head chef now for about 5 years. He's been with us about 8 years, so we've only been open 10 years. So we're very fortunate that we have someone that's been with us through all of our evolution, through all of our growing pains and all that stuff, and knows our dishes, knows our food, and helped develop a lot of it. So we're really fortunate like that. And then, of course, my business partner and his father, they're what I call my menu gurus. They're the ones that really flesh out our menu and develop our menu. They've been in the restaurant business, 40 years, and so they really know their food and are able to kind of just make sure it's the techniques are all really important. It's really, because if you just do one little thing wrong, you change the whole dish. And just getting that balance, that flavor balance on each and every dish just right every time. That's the hard part, is that those chefs and those cooks don't get used to it, but they're passionate, and they stay passionate about making great food. And that's really what we look for. We look for people that want to cook the best food, that want to cook great food, that aren't just looking for a job, but are really passionate about cooking. And that's really the team we have back here.
And that would be fun too. I can imagine, I'm not much of a cook, but I could imagine being a chef. It's like art, and being able to present it to your employers and say, hey, this is a new dish, and I paired it with this and these kind of spices. That's really art.
And to do it the same way, to make it look amazing, and do it the same way, where every single time is just what you want, is perfect, is an art form. It really is an art form, more so than a lot of things, because it's so much intuitive. And even though you can do it as a recipe and everything, when you're cooking, it's very intuitive how they're doing it. They're putting the same amount of ingredients in, but they're tasting, they're testing, they're getting their each dish, because every dish is scratch made. So it's not like we're cooking everything and preheating everything and then just warming it up for people, which is what a lot of your cookie cutter franchises are doing. They're just shipping in food, warming it up, serving it. Everything's cooked directly from scratch, right there in the pan, and that really is an art form.
Yeah, and that's a lot of hard work. You have to have somebody who's so skilled. And something I really haven't thought about before is if I come here and I have my favorite dish, and I'm one of those people that I always want to eat my favorite dish. I find my favorite, and whenever I go to that restaurant, I always order that, because I don't want to miss out if I order something that's not like my absolute favorite. So
I run it all the time, and I always am trying to get people to break out
Yeah.
because once they do, they go, "Oh, this is my new favorite." Then they try
Right.
something else, like, "Oh, this is my new favorite,"
Yeah.
because our food is so good
Yeah.
that there's always more than one thing on our menu that you'll love.
Yeah, that's good to know. And every time you want it to taste the same. You don't want to be like, oh, that's different than last time.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
yeah.
That's exactly right.
What do you look for in terms of your staff? What type of personality or certain characteristics that you
Yeah.
look for?
Yeah, along the same lines, I look for people who are caring, because our first rule is we love people, and
Yeah.
if I find somebody that has a good heart, then they're going to love people,
Right.
and that's going to show in how they take care of our guests. That's going to show in their attention to detail and all of that, and then people who actually care about the food, actually care about cooking, actually
Right.
care about, or if they're not in the back in the kitchen, but they're up front, that actually care about hospitality, that actually care about taking care of people and giving people a great experience. And so that's what I look for. And one of the things that's cool about us is we hire, so many of the people we hire are young people right here in Colorado.
Yeah.
Even teenagers. We have teenagers that they'll come to us when they're 15, get started, and we'll be the only job they have all through high school.
Yeah.
And they go up to college. I just got a message a moment ago from one of my college kids that's up at, I think he's at Boulder. I don't think he's in Fort
Oh, that's
Collins.
where I went to school.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he's up there, and he just messaged me back saying, "Hey, I'm in town for the weekend if anybody has a shift," because he'll work for us this
Oh.
summer. But he was with us all through high school, and
Yeah.
and we've a bunch of kids like that. So it's fun to not just say, "Hey, support local," but to
Right.
actually be local, to be the kids growing up here, to be my servers are local people that have most of them have grown up here, and it's good to like be a Colorado restaurant. If
Right.
that makes sense.
In every sense of the way you are.
Yeah,
The Scratch Kitchen,
That's right.
the people you hire, being in the community. And you do make a difference being a staple in a community as a restaurant. You're making a difference.
that's right. And no, it's so fun because we'll have people that'll come in and have their first date here, and then come back and do their anniversary dinners here.
Yeah.
They want to sit in the same table they had their first
Yeah.
date, and it's fun to do all that because we really feel like this is our home. This is our home. This is our community. This is our people.
Right.
So you wanna be good to your people.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
In every sense of the way.
That's right.
What are some of the things that you guys do training wise to kind of, obviously you're looking for that heart, that friendliness, love people, but anything in particular that you do training?
Well, it depends. It depends on. One of the things we like to do is I'll tell you about one of my cooks. His name's Roman. Roman started with us at 16 in our dish pit as a dishwasher. At some point, we moved him over to our salads, and then we moved him up to grill, and now he's a saute cook, and he's been with us now for 7 years. And
Wow.
so raising them up is one way that we do that. And we really like to do that in our kitchen, when it comes to our servers in front of the house. I want the best. I want people with experience. I want people
Yeah.
that already are great,
Right.
to come in and bring that good heart, that have just been looking for a home, that they
Right.
can bring those skills in. So that's kind of what our heart is there. And then just
The mixture. The
yeah.
mixture of both.
That's right. And
yeah.
just teaching people that we're passionate about loving people. It's not just words, it's not just a
Right.
slogan. We're passionate about loving people. And so it's one of our great questions that we ask each other is, are we doing that in love? Are we cooking in love? Are we serving in love?
Right.
Are we making drinks in love? And if we do that, we get the excellence that we're
Right.
passionate about.
And then you enjoy your job. And that's why also the people stay here. Because I can imagine the restaurant industry, the turnover is, huge usually, but here people are staying
That's
here
right.
long term.
The average
which is-
turnover in a restaurant is 7 months for an employee.
Wow.
And our employees have been here years and years and years
Yeah.
and when we have an opening, people want to come and
Yeah.
work here because they know of us, they know we're good, and they know we care.
Right.
And that's what you really want, is you want to work someplace where the people care, so then you can care. It's so much more enjoyable to serve people and cook food and be hospitable
Yeah.
when you care.
Right.
And when the whole team cares.
Yeah.
And so that's really the spirit of Danielle's is we really do want to be the local a local place right here in this little corner of Colorado, but that is also passionate about giving our people, the people here, the very best food and the very best service that we possibly can.
Well, you can definitely see that, and looking forward to ordering some future entrees,
Yeah.
and I'll take some suggestions from you. But for the listeners and the viewers, your website so they can check out the menu.
Just go to daniellescratchkitchen.com, and our menu's right on there. You can see everything, our drinks, our menu, everything you need.
And then the hours.
So we're open Tuesday through Sunday from 11:30 until 8 or 9 o'clock. On the weekends we're open at 9, or we take our last table at 9. And on Mondays it's the only day we're not open for lunch. We open at 4 o'clock, and we're open till we take our last table at 8 o'clock on Mondays.
Well, thank you so much. This has been a great interview.
Thank you so much for coming
great
down here.
place, beautiful ambiance is amazing, food's amazing, people are amazing. So thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
My thanks to Todd Walker and team at Danielle Scratch Kitchen for joining me today. To learn more and make reservations, go to daniellescratchkitchen.com. And to watch past episodes of Pinpoint Colorado, just go to pinpointcolorado.com. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.